no one can live a life and not make mistakes. We all make mistakes. And you really break into a new sort of mentality when you accept that you're not perfect, when you accept that, you know, you've messed up in life. I've made so many mistakes, and I will continue making mistakes till I perish because ultimately those mistakes will allow me to grow. We don't really... I mean, I grew up in a position where I was made to feel really, really bad for the mistakes I made. If I made a mistake, it's like if it was a tiny mistake, it was like I killed someone. It was not very fun, but it was very eye-opening to take it from that perspective. Like, if I make one tiny little mistake, I'm like a horrible, horrible person. Over time, I beat myself up about it, like all the time, every day, especially when I was a teenager. Any mistake I made, whether a teacher told me that I messed up in a test, whether it was from family members or parents or, even workplace jobs, every time I made a mistake, I really beat myself up about it. And it drove my mentality into the ground, and it got me into that position where I was nearly at the end of everything. Mentally, physically, I was demoralized. I felt like I had been humiliated in front of the entire world, even though no one even really knows who I am. Like, there's only that inner circle, those friends, groups, family and workplace mates and stuff like that know who you are. And so if less than 100 people even know who you are, why would you feel like the entire world is watching you? You know, we're born into this sort of, my generation, Generation Z, we were born into a world where we felt like everything we did was on the internet. And so therefore, we took on that mentality like everybody was watching. It felt like everybody was watching what we were doing. And it felt like every time we made a mistake, the whole world would see it. And for the longest time, I beat myself up about all those mistakes. I made myself feel really, really bad about it. Like, you're a horrible person, Ben. You're horrible, you're horrible, you're horrible. There's people out here doing much more horrible things in the world. And I made it out like I was the worst of them all. Even though I haven't committed a single crime in my life. I haven't done a single job. I haven't done a single drug. I've never been the type of person to do bad things, but I beat myself up about the little things, and it was horrible. And one day I realized that I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. The person next to me isn't perfect. The person that I'm going to be in 5, 10 years, 20 years isn't perfect. And we all have mistakes to make, and that's how we learn, that's how we grow. But it's realizing that we did make a mistake. It's taking accountability for that mistake, and it's going out and understanding that we do have a place in this world, and there is something out there for us. And I just want to sort of embrace those imperfections I have. One is I have shocking memory, horrible memory, and I break myself. I used to beat myself up about it, but I thought I was like special, like some sort of autistic on the spectrum. And maybe I am. Maybe that is who I am, and I just don't know it yet. But I really just wanted to just be a good person. I just wanted to do good work. I've always wanted to be just so aligned with what I was doing. And I never thought about, hey, like, there is literally nothing I can do to control how I do something, especially when it comes to remembering things, remembering people's names and birthdays. I'm horrible with, like, it's the most simple thing in the world, but I am very bad at it. I can't remember people's names, like, especially people that I haven't hung out with more than once or twice. If I've only seen you once or twice, I'm not going to remember your name. And that's not, I'm not doing anything, like, I'm not trying to do that on purpose. It's not like I'm not, I feel like I'm doing something bad, but I'm not, like, I simply don't remember. I have a bad memory. Other imperfections, I don't seem to remember to do certain things. Like, everything I do in my day, every single thing I do in my day, all of it is a set task, and that way I remember everything I do. If I have notes from the day before, I make sure to read my notes on things I need to improve on. I make sure to jot down things in my calendar and put things in my phone and my alarms and stuff like that to remind me to do those things each day, because I will not remember to do them. Even if I've done them 100 days straight, I will not remember because I'm pretty bad with that. And so that's why I put systems in place to make sure that I do those things. And that's the only way I've been able to do it. I have to do it for everything. And I've done that for as long as I can remember. I've always written down things in a diary or written it in my calendar or notes on my phone. And that's just how I attack my day. That's how I attack my week and my month, and I make sure I get things done because I've written it down. A lot of people can remember, okay, I've got to do like 20 different things this week, and they're all things that I don't typically do every day, and they will remember all those things, but I am not one of those people. I have to, if it's something new for me and I haven't been doing it for a long time, I'm not going to remember it. And I have to have it. I have to have a reminder somewhere to let me know that, okay, cool, do this. It's like a sticky note, basically. And that sticky note in my brain, if I had a sticky note board in my brain, that wouldn't exist, because I just can't remember those things. I'm so, like, focused on the thing I'm doing now, or the thing I'm doing in the next 10 minutes or so. I'm not focused on... I am focused on the future. I am focused on getting my plan ready and stuff like that. But as long as I write things down and I have reminders and I have everything set down, that's all good. And that way everything gets done and I don't miss out on anything because I've already written down. Another imperfection of mine is, like, I am really bad in social skills. I recently went to a friend's birthday and they had all their family there, and I was really, really bad with social skills. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't talk to anyone. I didn't know anyone. And, I put myself in those situations specifically because I'm trying to get better at that. But, I remember just being in that sort of position, like, all right, I'm in this now. And, halfway through a conversation, I'm like, oh my God, how do I react? Like, how do I talk to this person? Am I meant to come off as really nice and easygoing? How do I do that? Like, I don't know how to act. You're on your own path, so don't beat yourself up over these little things that don't even matter, because in the long term, like, we're on a rock in space, floating in space, like what, like, there's no, like, we don't have any contact with any other civilization. There's endlessness of space in, like, the whole universe. It really doesn't matter. Like, but that doesn't mean go out and be a bad person. I'm saying, like just don't beat yourself up over those imperfections.